The reigning Western Conference champions welcoming in the team at the top of the Western Conference table here in 2023. The matchup here on match day 15, St. Louis City 2 taking on Colorado Rapids 2. Hello family, I'm James Hadnot. Thank you so much for joining us as Colorado, of course, at the top of the Western Conference and has been one of the, if not the best team this season here in MLS Next Pro. 35 points and has not lost a match on the road all season. On the flip side for St. Louis City 2, currently sitting at 7th. If the season was to end today, they'd be the last team in the playoffs in the Western Conference. But they have struggled at home this year. Just one win overall here at City Park and are winless in their last 4 matches here at home. So the fans will be looking for some fun. We'll be looking for a matchup to see if either team will score a goal. The last time these two teams met earlier this year, there were no goals scored. That's important for 2 reasons. One, Colorado is the only team, St. Louis is the only team to have stopped Colorado and not allowed them to score a goal this season, and that was something that head coach Bobby Murphy was excited about and what that meant for his side, but also for Colorado. They're hungry to not only find that goal, but to find a result here on the road as they have done multiple times this season. Here's the home lineup for St. Louis. 5 changes from their tie against Minnesota, and those 2 men at the top, Diogo Pacheco and Isaac Jensen, will be important because that is where the defense starts for St. Louis. Head coach Murphy sharing that he wants his side to play very aggressive at the top, and then everyone behind also understands what they see and how things are set up. And so have to watch how those 2 men play up top for St. Louis. On the flip side for Colorado, Marlon Vargas, who has 5 assists. He's tied for the top of the league in that category. He has 3 goals himself. He will be one of the strikers on the day with Dylan Cernan to his left and Brito to the right. And for Colorado, they have some firepower on the bench as well. Yosuke Hanya, not in the starting lineup, but available. Remy Cabral, who has coming off injury, he is available, as well as Oliver Larraz, who is tied with his teammate Marlon Vargas with 5 assists on the year. He also has a couple goals to his credit. You see the drizzles right now here at City Park, but the forecast for the rest of the match looks to be clear, and it'll get down into the mid-70s here on the evening. So rain right now, but the rain should subside later on here in this match. St. Louis in the gray kits with white letters, and Colorado in the teal tops and bottoms with the maroon lettering. Adam Kilpatrick is our referee. St. Louis looking for just their 2nd win at home all year. Colorado has been wonderful at home and on the road. And we're off here at City Park. Ball quickly over the top. St. Louis will look to control here. Coming off their last match, it was a tie to Minnesota. St. Louis picking up the extra point in that match. And for Colorado, coming off a win. That win over Los Angeles 5-1. Rapids 2 dropping their first match of the season in the match prior against Tacoma. St. Louis on the front foot here within the first minute. Batachi, heavy touch. And Abraham Rodriguez handles that outside the 6. Rodriguez wearing the captain's armband, making his 2nd consecutive start after coming off injury prior to their last match, that win versus Los Angeles. Rodriguez had not seen time since mid-April. Saw here with me this week, shared what he would tell his younger self if given the opportunity. Now he's just 20 years of age, but sharing that he would just tell his younger self to be patient. That, of course, was something he had to tell himself coming back from this injury. Now Hackworth plays it forward. The chip over the top, unsuccessful. Here we see Juan Kazan putting pressure on, making things difficult. Batiste takes a tumble after the challenge by Jensen, and a free kick in the back for Colorado. Throughout this match, take in how quick St. Louis in defense is moving. Those front two start things for City 2. And the 8 in behind know where the ball is funneled, know where the ball will be going, and that helps them to keep the pressure on in defense. This is Vargas slipping through, but having to work backwards. And talking with Coach Boucher for Colorado, he shared with me just how quick this St. Louis side moves and how he wants to take advantage of that because of their movement, having to play the ball quickly themselves, finding open spaces, and making quick decisions. On the ball, into the 18. The shot blocked away by Lunt. Vargas had the first crack of the afternoon. And Batachi sliding in from behind, undercutting Jackson Travis. And a free kick is upcoming. But here is the play into the box, sent back, and a wonderful strike, but Lunt does just enough to block it away. You see how quickly Colorado can play. As they went from right to left, found themselves inside the 18 in an excellent first offering. Now the free kick comes in tight, chested down. That turns into a pass, but offside was Batiste. Benjamin Lunt, one of the changes here in this starting lineup for the day, already being called on and answering the call. Colorado now with a chance to play a bit of a press. But an early ball right over the top. Edwards. All the way back to Amadou. Turnover, slipped forward. Batachi gets his head up, but Batiste was tracking back to defend. St. Louis on the counter press, retakes possession. To the shadows comes Batachi. Wetzel. Volmar. This attack fizzles out for St. Louis. Match in and match out for City 2. They have an understanding of what they're trying to do, whether it be analytically or tactically. Colorado, however, on the ball now. Batiste plays it forward. 3-2. Vargas. Batiste Lays the ball into the box. It's cleared away. Advantage played. Omar almost loses possession with Kaike Buritu breathing down his neck. Now the giveaway. There will also be a chess match in the midfield. Coach Boucher for Colorado sharing just how St. Louis closed down the space in the midfield. So also take into account how those holding midfielders defend for Colorado and how St. Louis's holding midfielders defend Rapids 2. If Colorado can expand, find the ball out wide, they have the athletes to attack. You saw that in the first run of play where Marlon Vargas took the shot that was stopped by Lunt. Ball moved from right to left very quickly to the midfield and then out wide. And as the ball was cut back, Vargas was able to put a shot on goal. This is Pedro for St. Louis. Direct ball down to Jensen. Cleared out by Edwards. Making his 8th start for the second team. Jensen shoots the gap and steals it. Clipped from behind by Edwards, and a free kick upcoming for St. Louis. And the press working to perfection there. Rodriguez, the goalkeeper, was heated up by Batachi. That forced the ball out wide. Jensen, seeing it the entire way, was able to go into a different gear. And now St. Louis has an early opportunity as we near the 11th minute of action here early on. This Western Conference duel. Colorado at the top of the West. St. Louis currently sitting 7th. Ball sent in, goalward. And Rodriguez makes a stop. The angle did not seem like a shot could come, but Rodriguez was quick to it. And the second attempt was over and out. This ball with a bit of curl, and Rodriguez just diving at the near post makes the stop. Colorado is happy to have him back. Now, Rapids 2. What looked like numbers quickly handled in the back by St. Louis. Edwards. This is off to the right. Nice idea as he looked for Batiste. The ball bounces out for throw-in. Both sides are very comfortable in possession. Colorado because of their ability to stretch the field. St. Louis because of how quickly they usually win the ball back. St. Louis doesn't necessarily mind its opponents to be in possession. Pedro takes a first touch, bring him into the midfield, lays it out wide for Batachi. Numbers coming into the box for St. Louis. Batachi. Wonderful ball off to the right side. The cross comes in. Kuzan can't keep it on frame. So again, in the sunshine, the ball simmering and set on a platter for Kuzan. Colorado is privy to how St. Louis is trying to attack them defensively. Trying to break multiple lines from the back because of the numbers that are committed for in defense. If Colorado can break multiple lines off one pass, then they have that numerical advantage going forward. Batachi with a bit of a push on the foul. Matisse slips it forward, but behind Ritu. Pedro. Jensen. He is tapped from behind. .15th minute here in the first half between St. Louis and Colorado. St. Louis made the run all the way to MLS Next Pro Cup last year, falling in the championship match to Columbus Crew 2. But this season did not start as last season did. St. Louis losing their first couple of matches, were having no wins through their first 4 matches this season. And in doing the early match this year, I talked with Coach Murphy, and he said that this just was an entirely new group. And so can't rest on the laurels from last season, no matter how the season ended. And now after this giveaway, Batachi can't poke it forward. Had eyes for Jensen. Kuzan continues in possession for St. Louis. Schneider. Now, Volmar. Pedro. Good space to operate. Batachi's ball right back to Pedro, but he could not control it to take a shot. Volmar back on it for St. Louis. Schneider. Jensen. St. Louis with excellent energy here early. That's what you've come to expect from St. Louis CITY2. Have a tendency to score goals early. Now Jensen has the ball tapped off of him for a goal kick. Match after match this season, St. Louis has scored goals early on. And that's due to how they pressure sides. Sometimes teams like to find their way into matches, and St. Louis likes to take advantage of that by applying heavy pressure early on. And while some teams are still trying to figure things out, St. Louis has already put a goal in on them. We've seen City 2 with multiple chances here through the first 17 plus minutes. Edwards. Rodriguez. In no hurry. Checking the alignment of St. Louis. That's one of my favorite things that Coach Murphy shared with me is about the number of passes per possession. That's something that this team tracks. St. Louis is not always necessarily worried about the other team in possession. Just want to get the ball back as soon as possible. Opens up opportunities potentially like this. That heavy first touch from John Klein eliminates that offensive chance. And now Colorado almost opened up St. Louis. Cerna. Vargas. He's pushed down by Klein, which means a free kick. Finishing the point on St. Louis in defense. They track how many passes it takes for their opponents before they retake possession. So if you can cut that number down, usually you find yourself back in possession, whether it be in the defensive half for your opponent, your offensive half, or a ball, as you saw, that ends up back with the goalkeeper, and St. Louis could start their attack once again. But right now, this is Dylan Cerna, his first start of the season and his 7th appearance behind this free kick. Flips it over the top and out of the reach of Abubakar Keita for a goal kick. Michael Edwards whistled for another foul for Edwards. Those little whistles starting to add up a bit. And has to be careful that no big challenges are made. He potentially could be the first person to find himself in the book. Vincel, the captain. Down to Volmar and Pedro. Racing down the left wing. Stays in possession for a moment. Out to Isaac Jensen. Jensen! Not enough power to trouble Abraham Rodriguez. That collision, Jackson Travis will take his time, won't even throw the ball in. Might have been a stinger. His contact with John Klein after that steal shaking it off and looking like he will continue. As we hope, the rain has wound down here at City Park. The sun's still shining. Some shadows on the near side of the field. The sun very bright. It's also starting to wind down. Slip through. This is John Klein. 6 goals on the year for St. Louis. Volmar swings the pendulum. Jensen allowed to move through and retreats back to Fritz Volmar. Wenzel. Nice ball through. Batachi out wide to Klein. Klein has his shot blocked away, only as far as Hackworth. Rivas. Around to Wenzel. Now Pedro. Once again, Colorado not allowing for a shot to trouble Rodriguez. And athleticism that was talked about on offense also helping this side on defense. Quick to the ball. But Batachi is behind. Klein flips it over. Jensen tried to shimmy around. The ball is cleared out for a corner. And that's how you use that athleticism against Colorado. Use their aggressiveness, their ability to get to the ball. But the dummy was played and Batachi broke behind. And this is Max Schneider. Played a beautiful ball in, which troubled Abraham Rodriguez. Ball across the box. Headed high. Bouncing free. Kept in. Rivas. Now Hackworth. Bumped off the ball. Volmar is in a bit of trouble. Rather than make things worse, work back to his goalkeeper. Now this is John Klein. Numbers coming into the box. Klein cuts it back to Batachi. Schneider. And what do we have here? A stop from Abraham Rodriguez. Then Kuzan was clipped from behind. Play is still going. What an exchange. Batachi has chipped the ball over the defense twice here today. That time Pedro and Rodriguez were in a bit of a bad space. And here it is. Rodriguez just shoulders that ball away. Kuzan takes a bit of contact from behind, but not enough to warrant a penalty. And we play on here in the 27th minute. With that ball in no man's land, Rodriguez did want to come out too far. Did not fully commit, let the ball come to him and just use one of his upper extremities to push it away. That's good goaltending, as the ball didn't find the back of the net. So Abraham Rodriguez, early MVP candidate for Colorado, has made 2 wonderful stops to keep the scoreline square at 0-0. Now a very bad giveaway, but Tachi lets loose. And making up for his mistake was Dauda Amadou, blocking that ball away. And the corner upcoming. And this is where that pressure will put you in trouble. Tachi just staying in between where that return ball would come back to. And he was on it for the shot. Another corner for St. Louis. Schneider sends it across the box. And this one will trickle out for a goal kick. Colorado, coming into today, led the entire league in goals and assists. 26 assists this season. But they have not been able to break through here against a very staunch St. Louis defense. Early opportunity from Marlon Vargas. The only chance we've seen from Colorado here today. And that's because St. Louis has pretty much kept them on this side of the field. Maybe some space opening up now. Batiste barreling down the right side. And Fritz Volmar sliding, sends that out for a throw. Big throw in. Aguirre. Round to Travis. Back to Edwards. Jensen off the takeaway. Wonderful ball over the top, brought down by Batachi. And now Colorado on the front foot. Miller lays it off for Vargas. Marlon Vargas has it blocked away by Lunt. The second shot is blocked away by Vinsel. St. Louis City 2 under siege, but Benjamin Lunt laboring in goal keeps the score 0-0. Marlon Vargas does a wonderful job here just to give himself a chance, but Benjamin Lunt just a wall, not allowing that ball to get past him. Cut down the angle. Now Travis trying to sneak free as the ball sent back. So 2 very good chances now for Colorado, both requiring big time stops from Benjamin Lunt. Jensen, the nutmeg, non-successful, as Logan Batiste comes in from behind. Half an hour gone here at City Park. St. Louis City 2 tied with Colorado Rapids 2. Once again, a giveaway, this time in the 18. Colorado not burned. Vargas veers off to the left. Cerna can't control it outside the box. Now Samantha in soccer as the ball will work back. Batachi has a go from distance. Rodriguez wasn't that far off his line. Itachi does not put it on frame. But the efforts you expect from Faisal Batachi, 2 goals on the year, and he had a goal the last time St. Louis won at home. That was earlier this season against Vancouver. Ball trickles back to Benjamin Lunt. Both of these sides doing what they do best here in this match. St. Louis has utilized their press to open up opportunities inside the 18. Just no goals up to this point. And Colorado, in their 2 chances, utilized their speed. Just could not find the back of the net. So what we have seen is what we would expect from these 2 sides. And also not giving an inch defensively in the end, with the scoreline staying 0-0 up to this point. It's going to take 1 or 2 strokes of magic for either side to break through because of how both these teams play defensively. Jensen off the turnover, cuts it through. Rivas lets it rip wide. And Isaac Jensen plays that ball behind John Klein, who was cutting towards the near post. Not a really good angle for him to do anything with it. Would have liked it out in front. Headed forward, this is Cerna. What a ball behind as Volmar clears that away. But in his first start, Dylan Cerna with a bit of sauce. Almost located Jackson Travis. Travis had a heavy first touch, which put the ball into the path of Fritz Volmar for that clearance. Now a throw in for Colorado. Vargas loses it, and the tackle from behind by Dauda Amadou, a foul. Referee Adam Kilpatrick having a quick conversation with Amadou. And play resumes. Jensen jiggles away from traffic. Now Batachi. Jensen boxing out once again to take possession. Isaac Jensen isolated with Kaike Britu. Earns his team another corner. Third corner of the day for St. Louis. Schneider once again will take it from this left side. Sends it in as the ball's dropped outside the 6. Cleared away. Rivas puts it back into the box. The idea was there for Klein, but ball crawls out. Mention the opportunities that St. Louis has had. 7 total shots here in this match compared to 3 for Colorado, but just 1 on target for CITY2 compared to 2 shots on target for Colorado. Those 2 shots on target required real big saves from Benjamin Lunt. Might be called upon again. This is Marlon Vargas for Colorado. Lays it off for Logan Batiste. Quickly he moves forward to Cerna. Miller. Jackson Travis with acres of space. Quick passing earns Colorado a corner. Dylan Cerna in the last place on the pitch where the sun is still shining very brightly, has to put his hand over his eyes to pick a man out. The out-swinging ball snapped away by Max Schneider. On the way to Miller. Travis back around, brought down, booted, and handled by Benjamin Lunt. Hachi controls for a moment. Marlon Vargas takes it away, but Batachi returns in possession. Faisal Batachi, a very good player here for St. Louis CITY2. Not only what he does in regards to his goal scoring, has the 2 on the year, but his work rate is just so high at the top of this pressing defense. Seems to always be around the ball. We've also seen his ability to pick players out during this match with his chips over the top of the defense. Opposing coaches week in and week out point him out as a player to watch and a player that has to be dealt with. Rodriguez off his line just clears that away. Hackworth. Pedro. Now with the half upcoming, Colorado has started to work farther and farther back in the fence, dropping deeper and deeper. Allows for more space for Michael Wenzel and Fritz Volmar. Those center back roles to come up to try to start things. It also allows for his side to work out wide. This is Batachi. The ricochet drops to Pedro. Jensen. Isaac Jensen cuts it back. Batachi was looming. Now Schneider. Batachi. Back to Jensen. Excellent passing. Now Jensen cuts it. Pumped into the air. And wow. Rodriguez light on his feet once again. Aware of the danger. John Klein jumped into action. Ball is out for a corner. Rodriguez punches this away. Batachi tracks it down. Back into the box, the ball goes. Out for a throw-in. Klein makes the run, but cannot keep the ball in play. And that's a goal kick. A lot to look forward to at the half here between Colorado and St. Louis. We'll have a look at a feature of Diogo Pacheco of Minnesota United FC2. Another one of the talented goal scorers in this league. We'll also have a look at the midseason awards. Colorado named the team of the midseason. Josue Tavares, the coach of the midseason for Crown Legacy, the team at the top of the East. And much more to come at the half. And again, despite no score here in this match, there have been excellent chances for both sides. If you think for Colorado, very early in this match, Marlon Vargas had an opportunity inside the 18, but sent it right at Benjamin Lunt, who had to make a quick stop. Now this turnover, Kuzan, Batachi, Schneider, back to Kuzan, and he was off. And if there's one thing to look out for St. Louis, it's those types of moments. They've had so many, it seems, where they've been either near the 18 with numbers outside of it, and just have not been able to capitalize. That's one thing you want to do against a side in Colorado that scores so heavily. Finishing Colorado's chances. Second one again was Marlon Vargas making a touch on the inline around, requiring a stop at an odd angle from Benjamin Lunt. For St. Louis, they've had just one shot on target this match. They've had 9 shots in total. That just goes to show that they've been aggressive in looking for their shots. Have not necessarily challenged Rodriguez. As this first half comes to a close, no score between Colorado and St. Louis here at the half in City Park.
St. Louis City 2-0.
Well, the classic fan favorite from 2001, Goalie Wars, is back at the MLS All-Star Skills Challenge presented by AT&T 5G on Tuesday, July 18th. 4 MLS Next Pro goalkeepers will face off in a head-to-head single elimination tournament. In each 90-second round, goalies must defend their net while trying to score on the opponent by kick, throw, or drop kick. You won't want to miss it. Here are the goalkeepers selected for action.
Shaking hands, and it starts first, goes for the arm. Look at Zach.
A special save for Damian Loss.
He gets the dummy, the look, no look.
Marvalo cannot get it past Martino, who gets a second save. Sliding it through, Osorio, forward ball's here for Nessie. Brilliant save by Walker. And starts first, goes
Okay, Handier's open, good save, Valdez.
We are finishing week 15 with 13 more to go in MLS Next Pro this season. Let's spotlight the best of the first half of the year as Michelle and Samara give out the mid-season awards.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but we are already at the midpoint of the second season of MLS Next Pro. I'm Michelle Montaigne, joined alongside Samara Perez, and we're here with your mid-season awards.
Our first award is Best Mid-Season Player, and that goes to someone who's been booming as of late in both MLS Next Pro and MLS. That's Nick Firmino of Atlanta United 2. The Brazilian-American midfielder leads the league in goals with 10 and has 3 assists so far. He also recently debuted with the first team, making an instant impact off the bench, scoring his first goal just 3 minutes after stepping onto the pitch. In over 1,200 minutes played, Firmino boasts an 86% passing rate, the highest among the top 5 Golden Boot contenders.
In the net, the best goalkeeper of the first half of the season belongs to Verdos. Damian Loss, who leads the league in clean sheets with 7, has started every game in net for Austin FC 2. He also leads a defense that has conceded the fewest goals across MLS Next Pro, only allowing 10 through 16 matches, and only once allowing a team to score more than 1 goal in a game. He'll look to put his skills on display during Goalie Wars at the MLS All-Star Challenge on July 18th.
Our best rising star at the midpoint is Giorgio de Libera. The Columbus Crew Academy player opened up his professional goal count in matchday 8, also providing an assist. De Libera has impressed with his performance through 13 matches played, boasting an 89% passing accuracy. The Crew 2 youngster has also captained 4 times this season.
As for the best team at the midpoint of the season, the majority vote goes to Rapids 2, of course. The team from Colorado has dominated offensively, scoring the most goals so far this season, while also holding their own on defense, conceding the 3rd fewest goals in the league, with nominees in almost every category: player, rising star, and coach. It makes sense that their collective effort is recognized as the best team through matchday 14.
And for our final mid-season award, the recipient for Best Coach category goes to Jose Tavares. Under his stellar guidance, expansion side Crown Legacy FC has reigned the Eastern Conference standings for 11 straight weeks. The former FC Porto B coach has led the North Carolina team to a conference-leading 2.33 points per game, racking up the most points in the East.
Now, of course, there's still a lot of soccer left to be played this season, but halfway through it, these individuals have really shined. We can't wait to see what they do from now until the MLS Next Pro Cup in October, but until then, congratulations to all of our winners.
Welcome back here to halftime between St. Louis and Colorado. It's 0-0, but we have a little bit more in regards to our player profile. The next player profile features Portuguese forward Diogo Pacheco of Minnesota. Samar recently sat down with the young star to discuss his journey to the pros.
Hi MLS Next Pro fans, thanks for joining us on a new player profile feature. I'm Samara Perez. Hailing from Lisbon, Portugal, our guest today is 2C's captain Diogo Pacheco. Diogo, thanks so much for making time for us today. We are delighted to have you on.
Thanks for having me, Samara.
Now turning his way up, slips it to Pacheco, and Minnesota finds its first.
At the inline, Masanvi, he kept it in front. What a way to finish this off for Minnesota. Masanvi to Pacheco.
Diogo, we recently reached the midpoint of the season. What can you tell us about your performance in the first half of this campaign?
I think a lot of it comes to, I would say, daily commitment and discipline. I think my teammates, my team this year has been a big part of it. The way we interact on and off the field, I think that's been crucial. But I think the big difference from last year is like the way I've been trying to adapt every game to each opponent we play. Just finding ways to help the team, scoring goals, making assists, and in any type of way.
So in the inaugural season, one of your goals was to become a leader for the team. Talk to us about your current role in CITY2 and how it has evolved.
Last year, I think it was a little bit of an introduction year for everyone. And at the end of the season, I made a commitment and I told myself I was going to be a leader, because I think we were all really pissed that we didn't make to the playoffs last year. And as a leader, what I'm trying to do is just being my best version, the version of myself every day, and make everyone better in training, make sure everyone feels good in training, trying to improve on and off the field. And like I said, this team, I think it's special. It's a really special group, the harmony within the locker room. We all have really good relationships, and yeah, I'm happy to be a leader. If you ask me, it's like an easy task because everyone is so like together that it really helps me, and I'm really proud of being a leader for these guys.
We're glad to hear that. Diogo, we've learned that you have a strong and positive mindset. What does the word resilience mean to you?
I think I was taught in a very young age that things don't really go in the way you want them to go all the time. So I know life is like that, and I'm always ready when something bad happens. And yeah, I'm just always looking for things positively. Because at the end of the day, I'm doing what I love to do, which is to play this game, soccer. And it's such a blessing to wake up and do this every day, get the opportunity to play for Minnesota United. It's really a blessing, and to come every day and be with these guys in the locker room, I mean, what else can I ask for? You
moved to the US back in 2018 with a new opportunity to advance your career in soccer, but within a few days, you received some devastating news about your health. Can you share with us what that was and how that made you feel?
So yeah, in 2018, around July, I flew all the way from Portugal to Akron in Cleveland. And a few days later, I found out from the exams I did back home that I had a cancer. And I'm laughing, it's not funny, but my family, when they called me at the time, they were like, oh, the doctor said you have cancer. And I was like, oh, okay, like when the season is over, I'll fly back home and we can take care of it. So I was not really understanding the dimension of this at the time. But when my dad told me, no, you're not understanding, like you gotta fly home right now, like tomorrow. And I kind of started sobbing at that point because I was so excited with this new experience in college in Akron. And yeah, the next day I flew home I had surgery the next day. All went well. My family was there with me. And that was really important to me to have them supporting me during that tough time. And I remember it took me like 20 days to come back to Akron. I remember everyone was like, oh, this is probably like gonna take you the whole season to heal and take care of yourself. But I think it was in 20 days I flew back to Akron, started training again, and yeah, I was just so happy to be back. And again, I think just when you have the positive mindset that everything's gonna go all right, I feel like that helps you in these type of situations. And yeah, I'm just happy that everything went well and that my family was there to support me.
We're happy to hear that as well, that everything went well. And how are you feeling today?
Feeling amazing.
Diogo, what are the biggest aspirations you have for your soccer career?
I think this league is a really big opportunity for me and obviously every other player in the league. But I think everyone's goal in this league is to sign for the first team. I've been working really hard for that. I've been trying to get better every day in training, in games, and that's definitely the major goal for me, to sign for the first team here. I'm trying to give my best every day, and if not here, someone else, you know, you never know what opportunities come at the end of the season. As a dream, I always dream about playing in Premier League. I feel like that was always my biggest dream, to play in England in the Premier League. So yeah, who knows? We'll see. We'll keep working for that.
For sure, we will see, and we're excited to see how far you go and how successful you get to become. Well, Diogo, we want to thank you so much for speaking with us today and sharing your story as well.
Thank you so much, Samara. Thanks for having me.
Thank you everyone for tuning in. I'm Samara Perez. Until next time.
What a wonderful story from Diogo Pacheco, of course, one of the top scorers in this league for the Loons. And here's the upcoming schedule for match day 16. And there'll be a rematch from the season opener for Minnesota. They'll take on Real Monarchs on Sunday. That big-time matchup in the state of Texas, Austin and Houston, something to look forward to. And Rapids 2 and Whitecaps 2, two teams in the top 5 in the Western Conference. Of course, Colorado in a good one here with St. Louis. Here's how the first half went down. Of course, 0-0 right now. And both of these sides feeling each other out early on. Here was the first big-time chance. The ball dropping for Marlon Vargas, put a charge into it, but Benjamin Lunt was available and there. And this ball snuck up on Abraham Rodriguez. Max Snyder put it on frame, but Rodriguez answered the call defensively. Kuzan off the cutback, could not keep it on frame for Rodriguez. And you're going to see a lot of opportunities for St. Louis, but Abraham Rodriguez was there, especially on that stop. Not one you're going to see very often, but one that Rodriguez made with Pedro bearing down on him. Here's the second shot on target. And Benjamin Lunt once again a bulwark in net, not allowing for Vargas to find the back of the net for a goal. And lastly, as this ball comes back to Rivas, he sends it out wide. Here are your first half stats. Colorado and St. Louis both with no goals, but St. Louis with 10 total shots in the first half, but only 2 on target for CITY2. Colorado, conversely, with the 3 total shots and the 2 on target, those 2 big-time chances requiring big-time saves from Benjamin Lunt. And now it's time for the second half. 3 points for either side would be big. Of course, Colorado at the top of the Western Conference table right now could add to their lead. And for St. Louis in the thick of things in the West at 7th. If the season was to end today, they'd be the final team in. But they're only 1 point ahead of Houston and 3 points ahead of Minnesota and North Texas. So that final playoff spot right now only decided by 3 total points between 4 teams. You have a whole half of the season left, but these matches are the ones you look back on, especially if you're a side like St. Louis, that could make or break you. Colorado wanted to keep home field throughout the Western Conference and make their way to MLS Next Cup, just as St. Louis did last season. And I talked with Coach Murphy for St. Louis. He said that this is going to be our second time playing Colorado, and we played multiple teams at the top of the league earlier this year 2 times. We've already played North Texas. We've already played Austin. And so with those sides, as we move closer to the back half of the season, their analytics side showing that they should have about the same amount of points that they have right now. And so if they can rack up some wins, they can cement themselves in the Western Conference playoffs. And for Colorado, want the easiest route for a potential date in the championship with an Eastern Conference side. We start the second half with the ball dropping to Dylan Serna for Colorado. Serna with the spin, but can't continue in possession. St. Louis in the gray, tops and bottoms, and Colorado in the teal, tops and bottoms. One sub of note for Colorado. Blake Malone comes in for Michael Edwards. Vargas veering to the middle. Out wide to Batiste. Serna once again tries to use that spin to his advantage, but loses out in possession. Now Isaac Jensen being strong on the ball, but pushed off by Michael Vincel. Miller, excellent move to make space. Down to Kaique Brito. The ball is out wide. Wonderfully done just to put it into his path. And the ball rolls out. So Colorado comes out on the front foot to begin the second half, after St. Louis had more possession, more shots in the first half. Serna sends in a shot. It drops down. Lunt does enough to save it. Lurking was Connor Miller. And now 3-2. And what an attempt. Colorado peppering the net right now. What do you expect from a side that leads the entire league in goals scored? That shot was taken from distance by Dauda Amadou. St. Louis receiving a flurry in defense. Now this is John Klein for CITY2. Batachi turning, slipping. Jensen tracks it down on the inline. Ball stays in. Pedro. Hackworth. Molmar revisits the left side with Isaac Jensen. First move puts him past one man, but the second, not enough. What we saw from St. Louis in the first half was high flying pressure, keeping the ball in Colorado's end, not giving them a chance to really work forward. What we've seen through the first 3.5 minutes here in the second half is Colorado doing exactly that to St. Louis. multiple shots on target for Colorado here in this first 5 minutes or so of action. Score line still 0-0. These teams met earlier this season, and that match ended in a 0-0 draw. St. Louis took the extra point and kicks from the mark. And St. Louis is the only team to hold Colorado to no goals this season. Colorado started this year on a masterful streak, 12 matches unbeaten. They lost just recently to Tacoma 2 matches prior, and they answered that with a 5-1 drubbing of Los Angeles in their last match. Big ball over the top, finds Marlon Vargas. His first touch, now his second touch into the box. Vargas takes the shot, headed away. Back to the boot of Vargas. He can't bully his way through 2 defenders. This is Logan Batiste. Back heel. And Batiste too aggressive as he attempted to keep possession. On the flip side for St. Louis earlier this year, struggled to start, coming off a Western Conference Championship last season. Losses to Houston and Minnesota. Found their footing here in the middle portion of the season and find themselves right now in that 7th spot in the West. They hang their hat on defense. 3 different players in the top 10 in the league in regards to interceptions. John Klein has 6 goals to his credit, and that's a foul, which means a free kick is upcoming for Klein and company. So Abubakar Keita tripped up John Klein. Free kick from about 24 yards out for St. Louis. Juan Cuzon. Max Schneider stand behind it. A 5-man wall plus Marlon Vargas laying on the pitch right now to hopefully impede a shot. And Schneider sends it above everyone and out for a goal kick. Malone sends this ball over and out. And a lot of fans here at City Park 2. The sun has come out. It was raining when we began. Light showers. The forecast showing nothing but sunny skies for the remainder of this match. On around to Pedro, but it's cleared away by Batiste. Slide too much from Schneider. A free kick upcoming for Colorado. It's been interesting up top. The battle of Batachi and Jensen going up against Ritu and Vargas. This ball will bounce for Jackson Travis. Travis being held on to, just the slowest pace. Now Vargas first touch. Takes him into the box. And the ball's sent out for a corner kick. So Dylan Cerna, 2 assists on the season, steps behind this corner. Outswinging ball, headed away, brought down, and a shot from Blake Malone was blocked quickly. Cerna slips into the box, cuts it across. So once again, it's dealt with. Connor Miller on the ball now for Colorado. What we're seeing now is Rapids 2 break in the possession. In the first half, over 55% of the possession was with St. Louis. As this ball looked to be onside, but Ritu is just a bit ahead. Pedro, who's on, now out to Jensen. Jensen has excellent speed out on the wide side, elects to come inside. Klein doesn't have a crack. Way around to Rivas. Matisse not fooled. Klein pushed down from behind. And now a booking is upcoming. Abubakar Keita was not happy with the initial call. He lets our head referee, Adam Kilpatrick, hear about it. And the answer to what was heard was a booking. Our first booking of the day for either side here in the 58th minute. And a free kick upcoming for St. Louis. This time it's Batachi and Schneider behind the ball. The only big body is Michael Vincel for St. Louis. The service sent in. And Batiste heads that away for Colorado. St. Louis with a corner kick. St. Louis had plenty of corner kicks in the first half, but this is our first short corner from St. Louis. Everything was set up for Batachi to receive the ball near the end line, but The weight of the ball too heavy and too out in front. Malone. Batiste. Can't find an avenue down the touchline. Again, with St. Louis sitting at 7th in the West right now, I asked Coach Murphy about just the tightness of the Western Conference and how from top to bottom the teams have played at such a high level, and he just kind of echoed that idea about how difficult it is to play in the Western Conference, not taking anything away from the East, but how iron is definitely sharpening iron here in the West, and how, as a whole, the league is doing such a good job in regards to having players move up and come down. As Batachi booms this ball over the top, Klein can't corral it, and Jackson Travis racing with Klein, now on the other side of the pitch. Finishing that point, the importance of this second team for every single team in the league. You've seen so many players make their way up to the first team. Somebody that has made his way up to the first team, Yosuke Hanya, about to come in, along with Oliver Larraz. Hanya comes in along with Oliver Larraz, and those are those two players I mentioned at the top of this match. The ability off the charts for both. Hanya, 9 goals on the year, and that's second in the entire league. And for Larraz, he is tied for the team lead and at the top of the league with 5 assists. This is Hanya. His first movement takes him into the box. And Hanya on the pitch, wondering why he's not at the spot. You just see the precision from Yosuke Hanya to open himself up. Hanya did not play in the first matchup between these two sides. That's definitely something to look out for as this match continues. Larraz loads up. And what a stop from Benjamin Lunt. Larraz had eyes for goal from distance, and this ball detonates very close to the opener. But Benjamin Lunt, right now the man of the match for St. Louis. Larraz now at the corner spot. Outswinging ball, bounced down by Pedro. Travis just throws it back into the mixer. Somehow ends up with it. Now the clearance made by Wenzel. So the building blocks for Colorado are there. They came out here in this second half, not necessarily with more energy, but their adage changed on how they wanted to defend and how quickly they wanted to attack St. Louis in defense. That turned into multiple chances. Now they've added Larraz and Hanya to the mix. And Larraz into open field. Batiste on the ball now with Hanya overlapping. And Pedro with excellence in defense to just tap the ball off Batiste, stopping that spell of possession. slipped to Laraz. And Kaique Britu pushed down. Volmar finally handles the ball for St. Louis, as City 2 has started to find themselves in troublesome spots here in the second half. Travis takes the touch through the legs of Hackworth, but Sergio Rivas has his teammates back. Ball down to Connor Miller. Matisse. And Hanya is just trampled over. And that will 100% be a yellow on Hydro. In the 66th minute, St. Louis has its first player go into the book. Substitutions preparing to come on for St. Louis. Riley Gibbs coming onto the pitch now. We just saw Dita Armstrong come on as well. We'll have who they're replacing in just a moment. Isaac Jensen and John Hackworth coming out of the match for St. Louis. In comes Adita Armstrong and Riley Gibbs. Jensen was jovial on the outside today. Found himself in some very good positions because of his one-on-one ability. Just could not find the back of the net. Now Laraz in a lot of space. What a ball into the path of Marlon Vargas. Isolated on this left side. Travis cuts it back. It's blocked away. Kuzan is pushed down by Keita. And Abubakar Keita has to watch himself. Picked up a yellow card here in the second half, back in the 58th minute. And the slight gesture by Adam Kilpatrick, you saw him kind of put his hand down, has to say, have to watch yourself. Thing that could turn this match on its head is a second yellow for either side. This match has been so well played from top to bottom. Striking players to defenders and especially the goalkeepers. Keita. Travis. And now after handling the press so well in the first half, space starting to open up for Colorado here in this second half. Hanya. That's Malone, another substitute. And Travis is free. Play on comes from Adam Kilpatrick. Now Riley Gibbs reels around. Ross comes back to defend, but Gibbs does well. It earns a throw-in. Klein flips it high. Pedro controls for St. Louis. Here in the 70th minute. No score from either side. And the ball trickles out for a throw-in. Yosuke Hanya will throw the ball in. And Hanya, who has so many different accolades. His head coach saying that if I could have a team full of Yosuke Hanyas, I would. Batachi. And Faisal Batachi hits the post. Looks like it might have taken a ricochet as he played pass with Kuzan. Another corner. Ball comes in near post. Connor Miller handles that. Tachi looking for options. But Jackson Travis takes over in possession for Colorado. Michael Venzo's defense. Now. Armstrong keeps possession. Sends it back to Juan Kuzan. Rivas retakes possession. Batachi makes the turn. Kuzan's attempt is deflected away. Larraz upended by Schneider. That stops that spell. And for St. Louis, you see how clinical they can be as Remy Cabral prepares to come on for Kaike Britu. Britu comes out, Cabral comes in. And now, consistent performers for Colorado on the pitch. Cabral can't track this one down inside the 18. And Max Schneider just received a yellow card here in the 73rd minute for his play prior to those substitutions. Benjamin Lunt sends everyone forward. As he booms this ball over the top. We're here in the 73rd minute. No score between Colorado and St. Louis. Colorado has been on the front foot here in the second half compared to how St. Louis was in the first. Match for Colorado starts a 3-game road trip. St. Louis, a team that has struggled at home. Only just one win on the year. Would love to get their second against this Colorado side that has not lost on the road this season. 5 wins, no losses, 1 tie for Rapids 2 away from home. Marlon Vargas makes his way into the box. Larraz. Vargas! And his shot veers off to the left.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a substitution for St. Louis City 2. Leaving the game, number 41, John Klein.
Owen O'Malley comes on now for John Klein. Klein could not find the back of the net as he looked for a 7th goal of the season. O'Malley comes on now. 15 minutes and some change. Try to impact this score line. St. Louis themselves will go on the road for their next 2 matches. Take on Galaxy 2 and Earthquakes 2. A West Coast road trip. And they'll come home to take on another true West Coast side in LAFC 2. Final 15 minutes here of this match. What has been a stalemate going all the way back. For the first time these 2 teams met, neither side has budged nor given an inch. Tachi booms one high. And Michael Vincel fouls Logan Batiste inside the Colorado box. Things have played out how we expected. Early on in the match, St. Louis's front 2 made things very difficult for Colorado. That's why St. Louis had so much of the possession in the first half. Didn't allow for Colorado to do very much building, but Rapids 2 always going to find some opportunities. They had 2 in the first half, both on target. St. Louis had 10 shots, but just 2 shots on target in the first half. Here in the second half, Colorado has done exceptionally well. And now, a yellow card is shown to Dauda Amadou. After another good defensive stop, Amadou has to commit the foul as numbers are beginning to enter in to the final third for St. Louis. What is it going to take? Schneider. And with that ball headed on, Abraham Rodriguez does it again. Another excellent service. Sergio Rivas gets ahead to it, and the shoulder of steel from Abraham Rodriguez called upon again, making another stop. Schneider. The big cross. And wow, Owen O'Malley was free at the back post, but could not knot that ball past Abraham Rodriguez. Two glorious chances back to back for St. Louis. Big man on campus, Abraham Rodriguez, answers the call again. Batiste switches field, and ball blocked away by Rivas. Jackson Travis now on it for Colorado. Slips it to Larraz. His shot handled. Abraham Rodriguez had what one might say a more difficult stop in the first half. A ball that was bouncing over right into the path of the offensive player in Pedro, and he used that shoulder just to move it away. But this one was extremely difficult. And somehow, Colorado has not conceded here against St. Louis. Ball slipped in. Now O'Malley. His chance blocked away by Abubakar Keita. Hanya takes a tumble as Pedro got him from behind. Hanya will make sure he takes his time to get up after being clipped. Booking coming, much to the chagrin of Yosuke. And we play on here in the 81st minute. Tensions continue to rise as both sides come closer and closer to a breakthrough. What a huge collision there. Matisse was in on it for Colorado, and Pedro for St. Louis, as Salmier Pedro returns to his feet. He also hears it from the crowd. 16 shots for St. Louis, 14 shots from Colorado, but no goals here in this matchup. The I believe that we will win chants have started here at City Park. Larraz with an excellent ball into the path of Yosuke Hanya. Hanya clips it over. Cabral's first time shot is finished. Remy Cabral gives Colorado a 1-0 lead on top of St. Louis. Hanya with the assist and Cabral with the goal. Hanya finds space for himself, sends it over, and off the bounce, Cabral puts it past Benjamin Lunt. More than 170 minutes between these two sides have been played. And that goal, the first, Rapids 2 in front 1-0 here on the road, looking to stay undefeated. 5 wins, no losses, 1 tie coming into this match. Things looking good for that streak right now. There's 2 players preparing to come in for St. Louis. Ezra Armstrong and Alex Palazzolo preparing to come on. And Batachi and Pedro will come out for the stretch run.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a substitution for St. Louis City 2. Leaving the game, number 17.
Those subs once again, Alex Palazzolo and Ezra Armstrong come onto the pitch. Samir Pedro and Faisal Batachi come off. Graham Rodriguez sends it high into the air. The ball cannot make the turn. Now O'Malley racing forward will put pressure on Rodriguez. He lets it rip out of bounds. 86th minute, still time for St. Louis. They have to go. Ball's kept in by Dita Armstrong. Armstrong pushed away in the box. The play on is the decision. The fans here at City Park are not happy about it. Dauda Amadou, bigger and stronger, is pushing Dita Armstrong off the ball. Not enough contact to warrant a penalty. Enough to push Armstrong off balance. Cabral finds Miller. As he twirls, he takes him back. Finds Abraham Rodriguez. Remy Cabral scored the game. Go-ahead goal right now. Without the stops from Abraham Rodriguez, his team might be down multiple goals. This is Hanya, who had the game. Go-ahead assist at this point in time. St. Louis still has something to say. Armstrong cut back to Kuzan. As the ball was racing forward, he was offside. Colorado leading the league in assists and goals. And at the top of the Western Conference, all of that was on display. And what's now the go-ahead goal for Rapids 2. Hanya, who leads this team in goals, played helper. Cabral, who's coming back from injury, makes his presence felt. Rivas for St. Louis. The big throw down the right side, and Jackson Travis tangled up with Owen O'Malley. That's a foul. St. Louis City 2 with a late free kick. O'Malley. Curling ball in, bouncing around in the box, and Rodriguez vacuums it in. This was another excellent service Off the boot of O'Malley. Multiple players had a chance at it. Bensel was there. Now St. Louis stays on the ball. Rivas will retrieve this one as we are in the 90th minute. Early word from the fourth official is 4 minutes of stoppage time. That's what stands between St. Louis and a home loss. Armstrong slips it out to Dita Armstrong. It's out for a corner kick. Colorado looking to make a sub. Daniel Garcia will come onto the pitch for Rapids 2. This will come off. Corner is punched away. Back to Armstrong. Puts it back into the mixer. It's past O'Malley for a goal kick. Time after time, Abraham Rodriguez has answered the bell. I asked him what type of goalkeepers has he looked up to over his time. Taylor Navas and Eda Casillas are two names that came to mind. Who's on? Ball is forward. O'Malley can't keep it in on the end line. That's a goal kick. Precious time now ticking off. What has been a tense match overall. Knew with both of these sides and how they defend that one goal could be the difference. Right now, Remy Cabral has it for Colorado. Armstrong, the half volley, comes down with it. And that's going to be a card on Ezra Armstrong. He's barreling into Logan Batiste.
Ladies and gentlemen, the yellow card on CITY2 player number 42, Ezra Armstrong.
St. Louis, some of those early chances in the first half that they did not finish, coming back to bite them a bit, but really Abraham Rodriguez had so many big-time stops, similar to Benjamin Lunt, who kept St. Louis in this match for so long. No foul on that contact. We've entered into the final minute of our minimum of 4 in stoppage time. St. Louis wants to tie this match. They have to move now. Rivas. All the way through. Now Rodriguez will carry it near the end line. And will look to salt away the final couple of seconds here on the road. Ball comes over the top. Lunt. Try to keep this match moving. Headed around. Armstrong can't keep possession. And as Batiste booms it forward, the final whistle sounds. Colorado stays undefeated on the road. Their 6th win this season. The final here against St. Louis. Rapids 2-1, City 2-0.
At the end of tonight's match, the final score is Colorado Rapids 2.
And now your Adidas man of the match, Remy Cabral for Colorado. Cabral has the go-ahead goal late in this match and also shows us his dancing skills as well. A gracious gritty from Remy Cabral as he is your Adidas man of the match and worthy of hugs and a worthy recipient. Colorado continues to stay atop the West with an excellent win on the road against a very good defensive side in St. Louis. The final, Colorado 1, St. Louis 0. Don't forget you can watch MLS Pro all season long at MLS Season Pass on Apple TV and MLS Next Pro. Have a blessed night.
This copyrighted broadcast of MLS Next Pro may not be retransmitted, reproduced, or rebroadcasted without the express written consent of Major League Soccer.